Hello everyone, Epson Friend here, and we're back with another advanced guide for Disney Villainous. Today, we'll be looking at Pete. So grab your Steamboat Willies and let's check it out. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell to be alerted when new episodes are available. And here we are at the game table with Pete. Alright, so some advanced things with Pete. First of all, I set up some goals here to kind of give you an idea. With him, you have the 5 goals to choose from, 4 of which you get, and you won't really know what you get until the game starts. So you kind of have to change your strategy every time depending on what goals you have. So I just set up these 4 goals to kind of show off some things that you can do and to make your life a lot easier with Pete and getting these goals done quickly. First of all, we're going to start off with some combos. The way to do this is to kind of build up your deck, and this may not be very productive, but if you can build up your hand with some bandits, 3 bandits, actually it doesn't even have to be 3, it can be all 4. All 4 cards in your hand, nothing but bandits, okay? So, if you get to this point and you build up enough power, then you can, let's say we want to spend at least 6 power in 1 turn at this location. We want to do the power play. So we'll go there, we'll gain even more power, and hopefully you have at least 6. But if you have 8 power, go ahead, and you have 4 bandits, go ahead and play all 4 of them, okay? Now watch this. So remember, with 1 bandit, you can play as many bandits as you have in 1 play card action, as long as you have the power. So it's going to take 8 power. So 1 bandit, 2 bandits, 3 bandits, 4 bandits. Right there, you have spent 6 power at that location. So you cleared that goal. Then go down here. And then, hopefully, by the next turn, you still have all 4 bandits here. And you will have accomplished the totaling 10 or more strength at 1 location. So there you go. Okay, that's 2 goals right back to back, hopefully. Now that second one might be a little iffy depending on how often you're faded, but even if you are faded and they don't do anything, you don't lose any bandits. You could also have backup allies there just in case. That's always a good idea, especially if you're trying to get some bandits and you get some other allies. Go ahead and play them out there too. If you have this one, just load them all up at this location. Yes, your opponents will know what you're trying to do if they know Pete very well, but it doesn't matter. You've got to get your goals done, whether opponents know what you're doing or not. Okay, so let's say you didn't have the roundup. Let's say you had start your turn with more allies and heroes every location. Same setup, spend 8 power, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just spread out your bandits, so that way you have more allies on 1 location than heroes. Hopefully you don't have any heroes at this point, but if you do, you can use other allies to get rid of them. Pete has tons of allies, so he won't be hurting for allies. That is probably one of the hardest ones to get, but if you're quick and you can get rid of it right away, get rid of it as quickly as possible. Excuse me. Alright, so as far as the other goals go, of course with the items, just play the items. Of course you can only play them to the locations. You can only play the Steamboat Willie there. You can only play, looking for all the other items. Now, hang on. There are other items here. I know there are. Here we go. This can only be played to the airport. And this can only be played to Frontier Town. And where are the others? Is that it? Sure, I thought there was a 4th item. I could be wrong. Hang on. It's been a while since I played this thing. There it is. Jalopy. I knew it was in there somewhere. Okay, so you can place all 4 items here, and then of course you want to use your move icon, which is here and here, to move them. You can also use the move icon at Steamboat Willie. You could also use the horse. I believe the horse. Where's the horse? Yeah, you could also use the horse to move an ally. So you could use the extra play card action with the jalopy or whatever. It really just does. It really doesn't matter how you do that. How you move those items, just get them there. Get them there quickly. Get all 4 of them there if you can. Okay, but get them moved. Use the jalopy to kind of help get both actions at the same time. You know, get the jalopy at that location because it happens to be this location, so you could land here and move 2 things. 1, 2, and then go over here and move 1. Okay, or whatever. It doesn't matter. So I already had 3 there anyway, so it doesn't really even matter at that point. But, you know, just however you have to move those items, use the move actions and get them there quickly. Don't wait. A lot of people fail with Pete, I've noticed, because they kind of do their stuff and then they get distracted by other things. So even if you're being faded all the time, or even if your opponents are kind of doing a lot of stuff, unless it's really desperate, I would say just keep going and don't really bother with them too much. Okay? All right, so I showed you how to do that one very well. As far as the 4 power thing, that one is tough, but there are ways to manipulate the deck. First of all, you can play the condition, which gains 3 or more power, which happens a lot, so you can play that condition very often. And you can put 1 card from your hand, draw 2 cards from the bottom of your deck, okay, and then put 1 in your hand. And let's see, I always misread this one. Put 1 card from your hand on the top or bottom. Oh, okay, so you draw them into your hand and then put 1 on the top or bottom. So if you have a strong powered card like this one, then you know, and you want to try to get this one out of the way, put that on top of your deck. So at least you know there'll be a 3 there, and then hopefully the next card, what is it, 2 cards, it will be enough. In that case, it was. So at least you can manipulate the deck to help you get that win big goal. And hopefully this will actually be on the double card play action. This is the best place for this one is to be over there, but you have no control over that. So you kind of have to do deal with the hand you're dealt. Okay, so don't forget that the parrot can bring out any card from your discard pile back into your hand. That's a really good time to get airstrike back if you need to get rid of you-know-who, or pretty much any other card. It doesn't matter. Don't forget outrage can also move allies or items, but you have to wait for the other players to defeat a hero with the strength of 3 or less, which may not happen as much as gaining 3 power. So his conditions are you know, very situational, but use everything that you got. There's no weak card in his deck, I don't think. Even some of the ones that, take that back. The cricket is not very interesting. It does move every time a hero is played. You move the cricket to that hero's location. You know, that I guess might help you in the getting more hero or more allies on one side than heroes on the other. So maybe that'll help that, but he is the weakest card, I think, in the deck, but still pretty useful. Sneaky Pete. Oh yeah, this is another one that you can use to manipulate your deck. So you draw 2 cards into your hand and then put 1 card from your hand on top or on bottom. So again, you can take one of your powerful cards, costly cards, put it on top, and head over here and use that play game card. All right. So there you have it. That's the advanced strategies for Pete on his side. Some combos for you. Now let's take a look at how to stop Pete on the Fate side. Now I know this sounds cliche, you Fadors out there, but if you're playing against Pete, the best thing that you can do is pretty much Fate almost every turn. There is nothing that will be bad Fate wise with Pete. Okay, I'm going to turn these over just to kind of show you what I mean. Okay, so let me give this Fate deck a shuffle real quick. So yeah, sometimes some villains you don't want to Fate every turn because it's going to be useless. However, Pete is one of those who you can Fate every turn and you're going to get a useful something out of it. Okay, I can't think, once again, just like I can't think of any bad villain cards he has, except for maybe the cricket. He doesn't really even have any bad Fate cards. Okay, there's one that might be useless. It depends on what part of the game, but seriously, you really want, let's say this is your first Fate action. Look at that, Donald Duck and Goofy both are really, really good. Since it's early in the game, I would probably play Donald Duck and cover up his this play action, or maybe even his double card play action over there. But I want to cover up his actions and keep them covered up, especially these two, because he cannot play cards here and he cannot play cards here. And if he has the win big on a location where he can't play cards, he can't get that gold ever. Okay, now he can eventually either destroy Donald Duck or get the, I believe it's the jalopy that lets you play cards. So he could do that to go around it, but that takes a lot more effort. All right, so keep these actions covered, okay? So let's say, and then we fade him again, and we have, if he has any bandits and he's about to do something with them, get rid of a bandit. However, if not, then play Carabel, and you may reveal one gold token in Pete's realm. Again, it doesn't matter, just to reveal any of them and get them revealed so you know what he's doing and trying to do in different locations. All right, and again, now I've covered his play card actions in 2 of these locations. So he can only play cards if he goes here, for now. All right, next fate action. Oswald or Pluto. Well, Pluto is very handy if he's trying to move items to a specific location. So if you see him doing that, do that. However, this one might be better if he's trying to play a game. Now, he might not be trying to play a game to win, but of course, this will help him big time. And even if he's not trying to play a game to win, at least he'll gain less power. Okay? And so, once again, cover up the play card actions. I know this fade action is still there, but again, if Pete's busy fading you, he's not busy with his goals. So, anyway, here's the next fade action. Once again, discard a bandit if he has any, and he's trying to do those goals. But also doing this. I love doing this. I do it all the time if it's the best card to play. Reveal top 5 cards of his deck, and discard all cards with a cost of 2 or more, and return the rest. Now, I didn't really shuffle his deck, so this one will return back. All of those get discarded. Okay? So really, there is no bad fate card. There really isn't. Oh, look, Noxilla again, or Pete loses up to 2 power, and reveal one of his gold tokens. If he has a lot of power built up, go ahead and take it away from him. If not, do this again. Let's do Noxilla again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at all these play games. 2 different play games that I get to discard. And the rest I get to put back in any order. Okay? So, there really is no bad way, of course, Mickey Mouse. Play him, keep him out. Keep these heroes covering actions. Keep Donald Duck out and Mickey Mouse out. And I'm sure he's going to, target Mickey Mouse really fast and try to get him back as quickly as you can. Unfortunately, there's nothing that can get heroes out of the discard pile. Of course, Minnie and both Horace can move items around or allies around. Minnie can discard them, and the Horace, can discard them. Move them to any location. So once again, if you see him moving allies to a location or moving items to a location, go ahead and move one of them out of the way, okay? And then, of course, there's one, and we reshuffle, and loses half his power. Oh, yeah, if he has a lot of power, definitely play that. But let's see what the next one would be. Okay, or discard a bandit, okay? So, as far as fading goes with him, there's not really any good combos you can do with fading, but keep those actions covered, keep those heroes out, reveal gold tokens, reduce his power. The Nox Silly is a great card to keep his deck, or keep his good cards in the discard pile, and that will really kind of keep Pete from winning quickly. So again, I know it's cliche, but if you're playing against Pete, the best thing you can do is just fade as much as possible. Just keep fading and keep fading and keep fading and keep him always on the recovery. So hopefully he won't bother with you too much. He might, but it just depends. Okay? So if you have your own strategies with Pete that I didn't mention here, please leave them in the comments. I love reading them and I love trying them out for myself and seeing if they work for me. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. This is your absent friend, signing off.